नमस्कार और जय हिंद। सबसे पहले माफ़ी चाहती हूँ कि 20 मिनट प्रोग्राम देरी से शुरू हो रहा है। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ सदर्न गुजरात चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स, माई सेल्फ, डिफेंस कमेटी चेयरपर्सन आशा राम नारायण दवे, along with Ashine Incubation Center with SVNIT Surat, we welcome you all. And we'll start this program, as this is the third program of the Defense Committee of Chamber of Commerce. We'll start this program with national anthem. So very first, we'll start with the video. I'll request Secretary Chamber of Commerce, Shri Nikhil Bhai Madrasi, to come on the stage and give his welcome address.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nikhil Madrasi, Honorary Secretary of the Southern Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I welcome you all on behalf of SGCCI. At this juncture, sir, I am opening the spillways of my heart while a spontaneous stream of welcome flows. Welcome to the city of textile. Welcome to the city of diamond. Sir, first, मैं सबसे पहले मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है उनके बारे में थोड़ी बात करूँ। SGCCI 12,000 plus members, 150 plus associations. Indirectly, we are connected with 2 lakhs of industrialists all over the city of Surat as well as South Gujarat. We are working in 5 fields. Number 1, this kind of programs like training workshops, conference, conclave, seminars. We are doing more than 300 programs in 1 year. Why? क्योंकि हमारा उद्योगपति नॉलेज में पीछे न रहे. That is the only motive of this organization. Secondly, we are working in a big way with exhibitions. हमारे मैन्युफैक्चरर्स जितने भी हैं, ट्रेडर्स हैं, वो उनको पूरा का पूरा मार्केट एक ही छत्र के नीचे मिल जाए, इसकी रीजन से हम करीबन 10 से 15 एग्जीबिशन हर साल करते हैं. 11 एग्जीबिशन हमने खत्म किया 2 दिन पहले, and that was done in Auto Expo, the biggest auto expo in Western India after Delhi. Can you believe this? That in 4 days 60,000 visitors visited the expo, और 6 महीने तक का बिजनेस पूरी कंपनियों को मिल चुका है. 80 लाख रुपये की बाइक से लेकर 5 करोड़ तक की गाड़ियां उसमें उपलब्ध थी. मेरे हिसाब से मेरा जो आंकड़ा है इसके हिसाब से आप गिनती कर सकते हो कि कितनी बड़ी साइज का ये प्रोग्राम होगा. एंड द सदर्न गुजरात चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री इज द ओनली चैम्बर इन द कंट्री हैविंग 1,16,000 स्क्वायर फीट पिलरलेस एयर कंडीशन डोम फॉर द एग्जीबिशंस. 10,000 लोग बैठ सकते हैं, इतना बड़ा एग्जीबिशन सेंटर हमारे पास है. तो ये हमारी चैम्बर की उपलब्धि है. हमारा तीसरा जो काम है वो है इंटरनेशनलिज्म. आज इस साल में हमारे प्रेसिडेंट रमेश बगासिया जी का स्वप्न है SGCCI ग्लोबल कनेक्ट मिशन 84. वी आर ट्राइंग टू कनेक्ट 84 countries with SGCCI, means India. We are going to enroll 84,000 young entrepreneurs from India and 84,000 young entrepreneurs across the globe. 84 chambers of India, 84 chambers of outside the country, 84 embassies of India, 84 embassies out of the country. So very big project, and we are successfully doing it. पूरा ऑनलाइन ये हो चुका है और आने वाले दिनों में उनके अच्छे फल हमें प्राप्त होंगे. हमारी चौथी एक्टिविटी इट इज गवर्नमेंट रिप्रेजेंटेशन, बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट हमारी सुनती है. सेमी गवर्नमेंट एंड गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लाइक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, कॉर्पोरेशन, then collectorate, police commissioner, everybody is listening to the chamber. और ट्रेड और इंडस्ट्री की जितनी भी कठिनाइयाँ हैं, इनके जो प्रश्न है उनका उत्तर पाने की कोशिश हम लोग करते हैं. एंड वी आर सक्सेसफुली डूइंग इट. और आप सबको बताते हो मुझे बहुत खुशी होती है कि हमारा 5वां जो कर्तव्य है और वो है कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, दैट इज CSR. कोरोना के समय पे जहाँ गुजरात में नहीं पूरे देश में ऑक्सीजन की कमी थी, तब उस समय के मुख्यमंत्री विजय भाई रूपाणी के कहने पर हमने पहली ऑक्सीजन बैंक की शुरुआत गुजरात में की थी और हमने ही की। इसके बाद अभी 6 महीने पहले जो मानसून आया था, 8-9 महीने पहले, तब अंकलेश्वर और भरूच एरिया जो कि हमारा एरिया है, वहां पर ये साइक्लोन आया था। तो वहां पर कुल 5000 लोगों को छत्र देने का काम चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स ने किया है। तो ये 5 एक्टिविटी में हम लोग जुड़े हुए हैं, SC, SC, CCI और हमारे साथ जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है SVNIT की असाइन, उन दोनों की तरफ से आपका और सभी ऑडियंस का हार्दिक स्वागत है। मेरे पास कई आंकड़े हैं, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से अभी ये आंकड़े की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी वे लेट हो चुके हैं। सर ही बताएंगे आपको कि क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज एक सेक्टर में है। लेकिन जिस सिटी में आए हैं उस सिटी के बारे में मैं बिल्कुल कहना पसंद करूंगा। हम सब जानते हैं सूरत के कितने लोग हैं, मूल सूरत के कितने लोग हैं, और सूरत से बाहर से कितने लोग आए। 1990 से कितने लोग सूरत में बसते हैं। सर 1994 इट वाज अ प्लेग, सो कोल्ड प्लेग टाइम, और पूरा इंटरनेशनल हम बदनाम हो चुके थे। वहां से लेकर आज तक हमने इतनी मेहनत की वो कलंक मिटाने की कि लास्ट ईयर वी डिक्लेयर्ड द क्लीनेस्ट सिटी ऑफ द होल कंट्री। ये हम सब सूरत के नागरिकों का एक कर्तव्य था। हमारा दृढ़ मनोबल, हमारी इच्छा शक्ति की वजह से ये पॉसिबल हुआ है। आप लोगों को शायद पता नहीं होगा, SVNIT को पता होगा ही। Ours is the city of 22 minutes, सर। अब बताएंगे 22 मिनट्स ऑफ सिटी का क्या मतलब होता है। कि सूरत के केंद्र बिंदु भटार 4 रास्ता से कहीं पर कोने में आप सूरत महानगर पालिका की जो कॉर्नर है वो हद को पार करना चाहते हैं तो आपको 22 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं लगेगा। इतना ट्रैफिक कंजेशन, 80 लाख की पॉपुलेशन, अनफॉर्चुनेटली सेंसस अभी गिनती नहीं हुआ है, वरना वी मे क्रॉस दैट ऑल्सो, और हमें मेट्रो सिटी का बिरुद मिलने के हम काबिल हो चुके हैं। और इसीलिए बड़ा प्रधान मोदी जी ने हमारे अभी जो एयरपोर्ट है उनको थोड़े महीने पहले इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट का दर्जा भी दिया है। 15 लाख लोग टेक्सटाइल में है, 15 लाख लोग डायमंड में है। सूरत में 15 में से 12 डायमंड सूरत में बनते पूरे वर्ल्ड में से। ये हमारी एक वैश्विक स्थिति, और टेक्सटाइल में जिस तरह से पूरा माहौल बना हुआ है, और खास करके पोल्यूशन को लेकर अब इतने हम लोग जागरूक हो चुके हैं कि आज से 20-30 साल पहले की इंडस्ट्री जिन्होंने देखी होगी, इससे कई गुने अच्छी इंडस्ट्री अब हम देख सकते हैं। तो ऐसी सिटी में आप बना रहे हैं। आप सभी मेहमानों का हार्दिक स्वागत है। खास करके मैं स्वागत करना चाहूंगा डॉक्टर हर्षित दवे जी, प्रोफेसर इंचार्ज रिसर्च पार्क SVNIT, सर थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर कमिंग। हिरेन वर्गामा जी, INX विनर MSME, वर्गामा जी आपका भी स्वागत है। और खास करके XDG कोस्ट गार्ड MOD GOI डॉक्टर प्रभाकरन पालेरी जी, जोरदार तालियों से स्वागत है। और हमारे साथ थोड़ी देर में वेबएक्स पे ज्वाइंट होने वाले हैं प्रोग्राम डायरेक्टर ऑफ INX DIO MOD GOI जतिन अरोड़ा जी, उनका स्वागत मैं बात करूंगा। उन शब्दों के साथ मैं चैम्बर की ओर से सिर्फ इतना ही कहूँगा कि जब मोहब्बत जवान होती है, हरना एक जवान होती है, आप जहाँ प्यार से कदम रख लो वो जमीन आसमान। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Nikhil ji. He is a ever young person from Chamber of Commerce. You cannot imagine what is his age. So he is Devananda of Chamber of Commerce. Now I request Nikhil ji, Dr. Harshit ji, and our past president Arvind Kapadia ji to come on the stage, and I request Dr. Prabhakaran Paleri sir to come on the stage. Please felicitate him with the bouquet and memento. So specialty of this bouquet is that it is made up of fabric.
नजीक आ जाए तो
This program is jointly organized with the Chamber of Commerce and Ashine SVNIT. About Chamber of Commerce, we have already discussed, and we have Nikhil Bhai has given the details about what is Surat, what is Chamber, and what is the industrial growth of Surat and South Gujarat. Now I welcome Dr. Harshit Dave, who is in charge professor of research park of this ASHINE SVNIT, to tell us about what is ASHINE and what is SVNIT. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon all. First of all, I welcome you to SVNIT and a special welcome to you, sir. SVNIT is, as you know, Institute of National Importance that was set up in 1961 as ADITI, and it became NIT in the year 2003. Since 2007, we are identified as Institute of National Importance through an Act of Parliament, and we are governed by the NIT Act 2007.
SVNIT as on date has 12 different departments ranging from the core branches of mechanical, electrical and civil, and recent additions are the Department for Artificial Intelligence, the Department for Management, and now we have a Department for Social Studies also. We have about 5,500 students on campus. There are about 350 faculty members in different departments. Our annual intake is 1,200 students in BTech and about 350 students for intake. Right now we have more than 150 full-time PhD research scholars, and the total number of PhD right now might be somewhere around 600 students. Over and above the academics, we have about 8 to 10 crores of funding for research projects by various funding agencies. Around 40 crores of industrial consultancy by various departments. Through these project activities, through this research and R&D activities that we have been able to support many students for usual research to be taken to the market. But since 2007, we have ASHINE as a technology business incubator, which was set up under the NIDHI scheme of Department of Science and Technology. ASHINE stands for Association for Harnessing Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So innovation is something that is related to Gujarat, especially Surat, and entrepreneurship is something where Surat leads. So harnessing of these two activities is already going on, but I believe that SVNIT is standing as an association. We want to associate with the industries and the researchers spread all across Gujarat. So along with TBI, we have the support from Government of Gujarat, wherein through SSIP scheme we have a annual funding of 2 crore rupees. Through that, in last 1 year, we have supported 67 innovative projects being submitted by our students as well as students from other nearby technical institutes. We are also supporting the innovative projects by high school students, and we also conduct regular programs for the schools which are having tinkering lab, as well as those schools which are interested into the recent technological developments. So we welcome the students. Every month we have 1 or 2 schools visiting us, students visiting us, for we conduct various programs at this place only. This year we have, through the funding of ASHINE, we have supported 12 IPR proposals, and our total IP filing in the last 1 year is around 120, and the patents that were granted in this year is around 40. So the numbers are increasing, the output is increasing. The research that has been the USP of SVNIT since almost 4 or 5 decades, that is getting converted into commercial aspects. Now, when we are putting up that efforts, I believe that we have a lot to learn and we have a lot to connect through SGCCI. So I take this opportunity and I thank you, sir. You are the instrumental for getting us together today. So I grab this opportunity and put up a request on behalf of ASHINE and on behalf of my institute that we would like to tie up with the industries in Surat, especially small scale industries. Now it's not that we want to support them, I don't want to use that word. We want to grow together. You might be knowing that since NEP, our Prime Minister has a vision that all student who goes out from a professional course should have an exposure from the industry. So since last year, we have started 6 months of internship compulsory for our students. Now there are many students who are moving to different places all across India. But why not Surat? When sir put up the number, I was just surprised to see the enormous number of industries that we have in Surat. So I believe that with your support, we will be able to connect with industries. Industry has an advantage that he is getting a very fresh new brain of 20 years who is having full of ideas, and he would be the person who would think out of box and would be able to come up with solutions. And with that solutions, we train a new brain who becomes ready to get into the market, and that way we would be able to encourage our kids to do something here rather than moving out of India, rather than moving out of Surat. So that is also one of the intention wherein we would like to do it, but we may have some limitations. Those limitations can be overcome with your support. So I use the title of ASHINE, I use the word association, and this association we can initiate from today itself with the blessings of the presence of Sir. And this association will definitely harness innovation and entrepreneurship in the students, and that students will percolate in society. So with those words, I welcome you to SVNIT. This incubation center was an old library building. If you are a past student of this institute, you would be knowing that this was a library building. And after the program, I request and I invite you to take a round. Darshan will help us to take a round through our startup place, which is on the ground floor. And let us not confine ourselves to the seminar today. Let us, I use the word again, let us make it as an association and let us take it further so that we grow together and we keep making Surat proud. Thank you very much.
Okay, there is some problem with the mic, but doesn't matter. As we have invited you, first of all, I would also like to invite certain retired senior professors and social workers, and I can see certain MSMEs also sitting here, along with the research students and professors from SVNIT who are here present in this hall. And Mr. Jatin, who is there online, will be speaking about the various challenges. So I am here to describe about that what is this program about. And first of all, what is the Defense Committee of Chamber of Commerce, why it has been formed. ये डिफेंस कमेटी पहली बार सदर्न गुजरात चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स में बनाई गई है. I was till January I was working with राष्ट्रीय रक्षा यूनिवर्सिटी, which is the defense university of government of India under MHA. तब मैं फिकी CII और गुजरात चैम्बर के संपर्क में आई और मैंने वहाँ देखा कि वहाँ पे सभी चैम्बर्स के पास में डिफेंस कमेटी नाम की एक कमेटी थी. सदर्न गुजरात चैम्बर में मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया प्रेसिडेंट को कि आप यहाँ भी एक कमेटी बनाएं ताकि हम जो हमारे प्रधानमंत्री का विजन है कि हमें मेक इन इंडिया करना है, हमें जो भी डिफेंस डिपार्टमेंट्स को जो भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स लगते हैं या टेक्नोलॉजीज लगती हैं वो हमारी ही यूज़ करनी है. नो इम्पोर्ट पॉलिसी पे वो लोग जा रहे हैं. तो इस बेसिस पर यहाँ पर हमने ये एक डिफेंस कमेटी की रचना की जिसमें कुछ लोग जो अभी एट प्रेजेंट साउथ गुजरात और सूरत में डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में इन्वॉल्व है वो आज की डेट में हमारे मेंबर हैं और जो बनना चाहते हैं दे ऑल आर वेलकम. सो डिफेंस कमेटी ऑफ SGCCI along with SVNIT itself is a big name in technology. They are in engineering and they are in engineering since long time. उनके प्रोफेसर्स इतने सीनियर लेवल पे और कई जगह मैंने उनके बनाए हुए स्टार्टअप्स को दिल्ली गांधीनगर में डेफ एक्सपो में एग्जिबिट होते देखा है. वन ऑफ द स्टार्टअप इज हियर, ही विल बी कमिंग, आई विल बी डिस्क्राइबिंग अबाउट दैट आल्सो. तो जॉइंटली विद IDEX is a body under Defense Innovation Organization under Defense Ministry, जिसके बारे में जतिन जी who is online वो बताएंगे ज़्यादा. ये हर साल कई बार साल में 2 बार, जैसे कि 2018 से हमारे प्रधानमंत्री श्री ने कई चैलेंजेस, डिफेंस के अलग अलग सेल हैं, हम खाली 3 डिफेंस के कोर सेल को जानते हैं, इंडियन एयरफोर्स, मिलिट्री, आर्मी एंड नेवी। इसके अलावा भी कई सेल हैं, CAPF है, ITBP है, कई अन्य ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं जिनको की कई टेक्नोलॉजीज की और कई प्रोडक्ट्स की जरूरत पड़ती है। अब वो प्रोडक्ट आज की डेट में हो सकता है वो इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, परंतु वो चाहते हैं कि ये सारे प्रोडक्ट्स हमारे ही भारत में, हमारे ही भारतीयों द्वारा, हमारे ही इनोवेटर्स के द्वारा, हमारे ही रिसर्चर्स के द्वारा बनाए जाए। तो एवरी ईयर, समटाइम्स वंस इन ए ईयर, समटाइम्स ट्वाइस इन ए ईयर, ये लोग अलग अलग तरह की चैलेंजेस पुटअप करते हैं जो इनको चाहिए। हमें इन प्रॉब्लम्स का, इन चैलेंजेस का उनको सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड करना है, जिसके बारे में आईडेक्स वाले संपूर्ण जानकारी आपको देंगे। सो दिस प्रोग्राम इज बेसिकली टू नो अबाउट दिस 11, ये 11वीं ऐसी चैलेंज कंपटीशन है जहाँ पे, जिसके बारे में बताया जाएगा कि हमारी फोर्सेस को क्या क्या चीज़ की आवश्यकता है। इसी के साथ में पहली बार कुछ दिन पहले ही हमारे ऑनरेबल रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह जी ने अदिति नाम की एक नई चैलेंज पुटअप की है। जो डिस्क है उसमें 1.5 CR तक ग्रांट अवेलेबल होती है, ज़्यादा डिटेल में जतिन जी बताएंगे। और जो अदिति है उसमें 25 करोड़ तक की ग्रांट का प्रोविजन रखा गया है। आप सोचिए, क्योंकि मैं खुद बिजनेस बैकग्राउंड से आती हूँ और मेरे साथ के कई सीनियर यहाँ बैठे हैं, हम लोग अपना बिजनेस करने के लिए बैंक के धक्के खाते थे, तब हमें फंडिंग मिलती थी। परंतु आज मेक इन इंडिया करने के लिए सरकार, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस इज प्रोवाइडिंग लोन, नॉट लोन बट सब्सिडी, ग्रांट टू इनोवेटर्स एंड यंगस्टर्स। इट्स अ ड्रास्टिक चेंज, एंड फॉर दैट this program, awareness program about these challenges has been arranged with SVNIT, with the help of IDAX and in presence of Dr. Prabhakaran Paleri। ये क्या बोलने वाले हैं मुझे नहीं मालूम, परंतु मैं जितना 1 साल 1.25 साल से इनको जानती हूँ, तो मैं इतना कह सकती हूँ, he is a visionary, he is a strategist। इनके मैंने कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी इन्होंने जो मुझे बताई थी, जब फर्स्ट टाइम द लेडीज वर इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन कोस्ट गार्ड विद हिज सपोर्ट, ही हैड ए स्ट्रगल विद द मिनिस्टर, एंड इट्स अ प्राउड मोमेंट फॉर लेडी लाइक मी कि उन्होंने हमें डिफेंस में एंट्री दिलवाई। उसके बाद में नेवी, एयरफोर्स, आर्मी में लेडीज़ आना चालू हुए, और प्रधानमंत्री जी के आने के बाद में ज़्यादा जानकारी सर खुद ही देंगे। मतलब प्रभाकरन पलेरी जी जो आज की डेट में इज चीफ मेंटर विद डिफेंस यूनिवर्सिटी, ही हैज़ बीन एक्स कोस्ट गार्ड DG ऑफ फॉर्मर DG ऑफ कोस्ट गार्ड, अर्लियर वॉज विद नेवी। इनका पूरा डिटेल अभी आपके सामने प्रस्तुत किया जाएगा। परंतु जो उनके विजन के साथ में, जो हर्षित सर ने बोला, वी वांट टू ग्रो टुगेदर, सबका साथ सबका विकास, जो हमारे प्रधानमंत्री का नारा है, तो हम यही चाहते हैं। और ये डिफेंस कमेटी, हम यही चाहते हैं कि कैसे हम एक डिफेंस क्लस्टर की स्थापना चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स और NIT और दूसरी संस्थाओं के साथ में मिलकर साउथ गुजरात में कर सके, और हम उस एक्सपोर्ट का भाग बने। हमारे देश के डिफेंस को सप्लाई करेंगे, परंतु हमारा विजन है कि हम देश के बाहर जो विदेशों में है, उन कंट्रीज़ में भी अपने डिफेंस के इक्विपमेंट, अपने डिफेंस के बनाई हुई टेक्नोलॉजीज़ को एक्सपोर्ट करें और उसका भाग बने। अंत में मैं इतना ही कहूँगी इस प्रोग्राम के बारे में। गीता में एक श्लोक है, यदा यदा ही धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्, परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां, धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे। ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नेवं पापम अवाप्नोषि। जहाँ हम युद्ध को, वॉर को एक नेगेटिव सेंस में लेते हैं, परंतु अपनी स्वरक्षा के लिए आज प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को शस्त्र और शास्त्र दोनों साथ में रखने पड़ेंगे। आज जो वर्ल्ड वाइड ग्लोबल परिस्थिति है उसको देखते हुए भारत को इस विषय पर, और जब भारत आगे बढ़ता है तो जिस तरह से हमारी जीडीपी सूरत और साउथ गुजरात की आगे बढ़ती है, तो हमें भी डिफेंस में इसको लीड करना है। तो यही इस प्रोग्राम की भूमिका है। सो ऑन दिस नोट आई वेलकम श्री हिरेन वर्मा जी। हिरेन भाई के बारे में बात करूं तो ये खुद आईडेक्स में इन्होंने पार्टिसिपेट किया है एंड ही इज ए प्राइम चैलेंज विनर। तो ज़्यादा इसके बारे में ये बताएंगे कि खुद की एमएसएमई है और ये सूरत बेस्ड है। सो ही इज मैन्युफैक्चरर इन डिफेंस। हिरेन भाई, यू प्लीज इंट्रोड्यूस पलेरी सर एंड प्लीज टेल अस समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ।
Good afternoon, one and all. I, Hiren Vadgama, Director, Faleshwar Udyog LLP, winner of IDEX this 7 Prime Challenge, which is the title is Autonomous Health Maintenance Crawler, member of Defense Committee, SGCCI. At our factory, okay, I'll say a small brief of my company. We do projects related to automation, mainly in the field of building, testing, assembly line, inspection, and to some extent on the assembly line, the fit out, you can say the UT, RT and PT. That is the final outcome. Coming to the IDEX challenge, so we have participated this 7 Prime in the year of 2022. We signed the contract with IDEX DIO May 23. And now we have completed the development up to milestone 3. So currently we are at milestone 4. Post milestone 5, we will be having what you can say the purchase order for the final product that will be inducted to in Navy. The product is mainly the crawler, that is I am talking is autonomous hull maintenance crawler, will be utilized for the maintenance activity during the dry dock period of the ships. All the ships which are like warships or the commercial ships, they need to come to the dry dock for periodic maintenance activity, and which will be a crucial time. The time for the vessel, that is during the dry dock, जितना ज़्यादा उतना dry dock में रहता है, that will be lost to the what you say vessel. So and on the other part, we need to automate some of the process. So for that, this challenge we are given for the cleaning, hull inspection, post cleaning, the blasting, hydroblasting, and then painting. So that are the activities related to the dry dock period of the ship. So this will remote vehicle, which will avoid all these scaffolds, manual labor work. It has the camera, it has the multiple sensors like ultrasonic sensor for thickness measurement. It has a vision system which will do the image processing, and it will give us the entire picture of the hull in a single frame. So that we will be able to know where are the defects or the areas where we need to do the maintenance part. Like if we remove the patch of the painting, we need to do some cutouts and reweld that area. Some dents are there, some cracks are there. So that is the prime motto of this autonomous hull maintenance crawler. Coming to the today's agenda, so I would like to take this initiative to introduce our chief guest sir, Dr. Prabhakaran Palleri sir. Sir is a former Director General of Indian Coast Guard with a naval and marine custom background. In Navy, he served as a command chief of the Western Command in 1971 war. Trained Indian and foreign personnels, and assisted the newly formed customs marine organization under the Ministry of Finance. He was inducted into the Coast Guard immediately after the formation of these services, where he served various capabilities afloat and ashore on the both sides. Post retirement in 2006, he is engaged in various activities like strategic management research, writing, academic, media discussions, and corporate governance. He was one of the board member in Cochin Shipyard and Goa Shipyard, an independent external monitor for Goa Shipyard, and visiting senior research fellow at the Ocean Policy Research Organization, Tokyo, and twice at the Nanyang Technology University, Singapore. He was an external research scholar at the Institute of Defence Studies and Analysis, National Maritime Foundation, and United Service Institution of India, New Delhi. He is a certified masterclass independent director of the Institute of Directors, New Delhi. In 2009-2011, he founded the School of Management Studies and also served as a chief advisor to the Technology Business Incubator at the National Institute of Technology, Calicut, his alma mater. Professionally, he has been trained by Indian Navy in navigation and associated subject on a surface warfare, United States Coast Guard in marine safety and maritime law, and Indian Coast Guard in the law enforcement and environmental operations and ocean management. Academically, he is a graduate in mechanical engineering with nuclear engineering as an elective, postgraduate in business administration and fellow of Narottam Moraji Institute of Shipping, Mumbai, in shipping commerce, law and management. He was awarded a master's degree in national security strategy by National Defense University, Washington, D.C. in 1993. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame of the National War College of University in 2009. He holds a multidisciplinary PhD degree in business administration and defense strategic studies from the University of Madras. He had researched and authored 11 books, and including textbooks on strategic and management subjects, and published various papers. He has traveled widely abroad on a diplomatic visits, government delegations, and other assignment, and also as a speaker. He has been awarded the first Coast Guard Medal, commendations from the Central Board of Excise and Customs, and President's Coast Guard Medal for extraordinary operation, command and leadership while in active services. Presently, he is engaged with the Chinmaya Institute of Technology, Kannur, under the University of Kannur as an adjunct faculty in business administration and advisor in addition to his other post-retirement activity. We welcome you, sir, for the today's function. Thank you, sir.
Stage is yours. Sure.
Hello. Music now.
All right. I don't think I need this. You can hear me? Well, I'm not prepared to talk to you. I was dragged by my hair by Madam Asha Tare. I can't say no to her. Besides, though I have told her I would come for this function and then address all of you, we had something came up in the Rashtriya Raksha University, where I am the chief mentor and emeritus professor. I was wondering what it was. So I helped the Vice Chancellor. But one other reason why I came besides Madam is I had been in this building in 1969. Sorry, 70, 76, 77, 78. I used to come to this building and sit with the students and also go through the journals because this was the library. I didn't recognize this building, but I was told that this was the library where I used to come. And besides the students and me, there was nothing else around these places. I used to stay in Magdala. We hired the workshops there, as well as the small little office for Customs Marine Wing. And I started an nautical studies school also there for customs people. So I used to work closely with the customs organization for the entire Gujarat with the collector sitting in Ahmedabad. But I had the jurisdiction in the entire west coast up to Kerala. We did a lot of things and I was quite impressed with the smugglers like Sukur Narayan Baki. First Gujarati word I learned was Kutro. He used to call us Kutro, so I asked somebody what was it. I liked it. And we had high-speed Saab Scania boats bought from Sweden. Very high speed, and we even used to use it for floods in Gujarat when something went wrong in Tapi River up to Ukai. See, I remember all that. Dumas. I used to go and eat khari there when something used to happen. And I had a lot of girlfriends. Very, very nice girlfriends. So to impress them, I joined Baroda Flying Club also. And I will fly Pushpak here. This is the direction, isn't it? So all these memories, but when I started flying Pushpak, my boss got annoyed with me because I was a naval officer on deputation to Ministry of Finance. He told me to stop it. So I stopped. I used to get 50% concession for flying. Those days, 1 hour you have to pay 750 rupees. Those days. So I used to get the concession for 75 rupees for 1 hour. And I will fly, but I don't know how to land. But I had Mr. Captain Mistry sitting with me, who was captain from Baroda Flying Club, and we used to gather in Magdala, in my small little cottage there, which was Magdala Port Office. So we all will gather. And I, being a naval officer, I will also have some drinks. And the policemen were also my friends. The collector of Surat was senior to me in college in Kerala. So we had all scoundrels at the top of the governance. So finally, my parents decided to get me married. And it went on. So I came over here with my wife. Then I started getting questions from my friends. Still, can we come to your house? I said, yes, no problem. So now I had my wife also joining them and having a good time. But the only problem was two small children, my close friends' sons, who have seen me doing all nonsense here. Whenever I go to their house to have dinner, me and my wife, the small boy will come and tell me like this, Uncle, bol do, to my wife about other friends. It was beautiful. Beautiful means, I must say, SVNIT, this REC here, was another fantastic institution, which I can see now. And I am also a student of REC Calicut, which also started in 1961. I was the third batch, mechanical cum nuclear, because those days BARC was very seriously looking for engineers. So 3 of us did nuclear, but I didn't take up engineering, though I got quite a few jobs. I wanted to get to the sea, ocean. Early college days, so I joined the Indian Navy on the warfare side, executive side. And that's how I reached where I am today, because I know everything about the ocean. Just an exaggeration, only to tell you that, but I know nothing about the land. I had been traveling all around Gujarat, inside when I was in the customs, and outside after the customs and before the customs, in the Coast Guard, and because all the sea around I know very well. So whenever I go and visit some place in Gujarat, it brings me nostalgic memories. And that could be one of the reasons I thought, let me go to this village called Lavard, where we have the Rashtriya Raksha University. Starting with engineering, I have ended up through MBAs and governance and corporate management, ended up in the National Security Strategy stream, which I think is the highest subject which anybody can study. And I have my own theories of what exactly is national security strategy. National security is not just bombs and fighting and warfare and things like that. National security is much, much more than what anybody thinks about. And the only country that knows a little bit about national security, the way I like to project it, is United States of America. And that simple reason, that's why that country is far ahead of anybody else. Because they know what they are doing. that is, they are governing by national security strategy, where national security is the well-being of the people. The objective where you take the ticket by your train, that should be the well-being of the people, where well-being can be defined. I am a lawyer also, so I know that how to define. Let me tell you, there is no country in the world which is governing properly, including United States. But the United States governs slightly or perhaps much better. What is the objective for them? Every citizen should be comfortable as much as possible in all respects. And that means there has to be something beyond the military, beyond fighting, beyond warfare, but this you cannot stop. That is what I may be passing through in this for you to understand, because if I can bring a change in your thought process, then you will know what is well-being. Human well-being. Let me say a simple thing, that a young student, is there any student here? These students who are sitting in the class have come for a course, and if they know the moment I finish the course, I will get a job. If they already know, they will feel more comfortable. If there is an old man like me who knows that if something happens to me and if I am about to die, I just have to ring up a number, government will pick me up and look after me till I die. 911 in the United States. We don't have something like that. Hospices. That is well-being. A young government servant who is working in fact, the commissioner of Surat, IAS officer, who later became chief election commissioner, good friend of mine, who used to come on my scooter. He has once told me, as an IAS officer, he was posted in a village where he has to get up early morning to go to the toilet in the field with a lota. IAS officer. I won't give you the name of that place. An IAS officer as an assistant collector has to get up from that silly quarters which he got years back. He was here in a particular post, and he will take a lota, and before anybody comes, villagers come out, he will go out and do the job and come back. IAS officer. That was the condition. Even an IAS officer is not comfortable. So well-being means you know you will get a job, or suppose you are a government official, smaller official here, you are transferred say from central government, Rajasthan to here, but your family is in Jaipur, 2 children and your wife, and when you are transferred here, you don't know whether you will get a place to stay. Your children will be still studying there. So everyone is left to himself to take care of himself or herself, and no responsibility for the government. That is not national security governance. This is how almost all the countries are doing, and there is a small change now in India. Small change. Now, after so many years of independence, and please understand, my friends, we never got independence. Who said we got independence? I was born on 15th August 1946. Now you will be calculating my age. Don't worry, I'm not going to propose to any woman. So hold on. And my father will say, because of this fellow born, we got independence. That is the first time I heard of independence. Till today, I am searching for that independence. India was never independent. We were still under those monkeys. The queen or king, whoever was there, now one is lying there with cancer. They were our boss and they are our boss even now under Commonwealth. What the hell are we talking about? We are a subject of the British crown even today. Aren't we members of the Commonwealth?
Yes.
And we are under a crown which is much lower than us today's standard. We are far ahead of them. So, if we were not independent, and Mr. Nehru was actually our Prime Minister even before 1947, I was 15, what the hell are we talking about all this? And when India was not divided, British colonial, that property, which had British control, whereas others were already there, the princely states. That small part of the colony which British occupied has been divided into two, one as India, one as Pakistan. So how will you say India was divided? India was partitioned. How can you partition a country? You partition a property between your children. We have to be very careful when we use terms. Very careful. I will ask you this question only to drive home certain points. That is, India was not partitioned according to Paleri. And Dr. Paleri don't listen to anybody. Unless, Mr. Gadkari once told me, either you convince me or I will convince you. I like that fellow. He talks a lot when Modi is not sitting next to him. Modi is sitting next to him, finished. But that's okay. You have to respect Modi. An unusually amazing man. I was watching today in the train. She forced me to come by train. That's okay, I liked it. There's a chap selling tea. Like this. Come on. I just want to ask him, will you become our next Prime Minister? He can, isn't it? Anybody can. That's an extraordinary man. But I think all of us are extraordinary. Now coming back to this partition story, if when in 1947 we have got dominion status, that means you are still under us. But take little more freedom. The British style, the British crown style. The India's armed forces, now that's where we are coming, defense, was under the British. There was a British general, there's only British Mountbatten, everybody sitting there. They are controlling our armed forces. We are under dominion status, and so was Pakistan. Under dominion status, their armed forces were also under the British. There was a general, all British, quite a few of them were British, above at the senior level of armed forces. Now these two armed forces fought. That's something I never heard of. They had a war. Who is the general? British. My enemy had a fought with me. Who was his general? British. What kind of war is that? We in the armed forces call it exercise. Own force, enemy force, we will make within ourselves. So for me, it was not a war. It is headed by the same generals. So how can Dominion people fight also? So if they have taken away Pakistan, it is only the game we play, chore police. When I play chore police with my friend's children or somebody, if I arrest somebody, will I take him to court or jail? So it is not legally valid. Any war which we fought with Pakistan till 1950 January 26 for us and for them 1956, but that doesn't matter for us. If any war we have fought after 1950 January 26, then let us count it. Don't count that one which we fought for what they say for Kashmir or anything. And if they are occupying POK or whatever they say they are occupying Kashmir, doesn't it sanctify that Kashmir was part of India anyway? That they also recognize. So we must understand that whatever we know about the past is totally nonsense. Or rather, it is not clear the way we think about it. I keep doing this. Most of the things which we know today is corrupted knowledge. I want the students also should understand. We say that Vasco da Gama came to India for the first time, isn't it? He didn't come. There was somebody who came about 70 years before from Russia. We have records of it. It is there in my PhD thesis. We say Columbus went and discovered America, isn't it? He has never been there. He told me. I can also tell a lie. If you believe that, then you believe this also. Mr. Columbus never stepped into North America. Never. And I can prove it standing on this stage. But that is not necessary because Pallari doesn't prove even in the court. Chandrachud can do whatever he wants. You took electoral bonds, that is not valid. Fine, I will have some James Bond. Everybody gets some power, then they try to show off, isn't it? Electoral bond is the most legal way of doing corruption. So you want me to do illegal way of doing corruption? I teach in a law college, so I know. So he is actually telling you, don't do legal corruption, do illegal corruption. That's what he is telling. If we don't give money to these politicians, we won't have anyone to rule us, do our job free. They get pension fine. Without these politicians, how will we do our job? They have to do many other things, fight with each other and all kind of things. That's a different subject. I'm not getting into it. So there are so many anomalies in the knowledge which we have. Large number of people, our students learn from school days and college days. They never were ever born. Shakespeare, was he born? We have big books written in his name. And there are courses all over English literature with the most stupid language I have ever seen. It doesn't mean Gujarati is the best, but it's better than English. If English was not there, people like me would not have been able to talk because it's the easiest, like hamburger, fast food. Other languages are quite tough, that's why it's not spreading. Shakespeare was never born. Even Salim Javed was there, but not Shakespeare. And no apple fell on Newton's head. If you ever go to an apple orchard, you will never go and sit there underneath if there is apple on top. Reason, all the ground will be dirty with worms. They all fall down and it will be dirty all over the place. And if Mr. Newton has gone there, I think something is wrong with him. And gravity was invented, according to me, at least 1,000 years before that by some stupid people who won't shave. Our rishis. I don't know why they can't shave. Still don't know. Dronacharya. Do you think Dronacharya had beard? There was no blade, that is the problem. Gillette and all came much later. No mirror, no aftershave lotion. So how will they shave? My mother asked me, why are they all growing beard? I said, Mummy, there is no Old Spice aftershave lotion. So I want young people, at least, well, old people are now retired, all of them. Even he is old according to me. Decided bus. Now since only the chamber, nothing else. At least young, please think. Logically reason. You will find everything what you have learned so far is wrong. Tell me one thing which you think is right. I can question that. Nothing. In 1971 we had a war, and that war was fought between India and Pakistan, and there was a hijack before that. An aircraft was taken to Lahore and blown up, and that is the cause of the war. That's what everybody says. It's not the cause of the war. Because we arranged that. So that we can use it as an excuse. Block. Cross flying from west to east. And we have a reason which can be justified to the international community. 9/11 there was an attack in America. And you think the Americans didn't know that? They were preparing for 3 years. In fact, even American president would have helped them to do it fast. Because they have to attack Afghanistan under an excuse. And when you attack Afghanistan under an excuse, you create war. When you create war, all of you who are making weapons can sell it. You want a market. Ukraine, Palestine, all these are Mela expo spaces, market, where you can sell your weapons. Not only that, you can test them in reality. I make a weapon. Even when you buy that 5 rupees pen, you want a paper to write and see, isn't it? You have no confidence in yourself. Don't we do that? In every shop here, Atwa lines. You buy a ball pen, he will give you some small little paper, and you will find a lot of worm lines. Many people have written that. And he will see this thing. He has no confidence in himself. He is doubting whether his pen will write or not, isn't it? That's just like doubting your wife. This is the human nature. So, I need a place where I can drop a bomb, which I have just made for IDEX. You will make bombs for IDEX. Where will you test it? We need a war, isn't it? Live situation. If you are students of warfare, see how many new weapons are already tested in Ukraine and Gaza. Once you live test it, you are certified. Now you can sell it in the market. Or you can stop production of it because it didn't work. During the Second World War, did we ever have a nuclear war? No. Nuclear bombs were never used in war. So far, according to again Palladi. 2 bombs were dropped, one in Nagasaki, Hiroshima, and another one is Nagasaki. But when they dropped it, war was over. Japan had surrendered already. War was officially over, but they came in a hurry. Oh my God, yeah, don't stop here. I have one more guest coming, kind of a thing. They took those bombs and dropped just to test it. Otherwise, they never tested it. That is why Nagasaki was not the place where they want to drop it. It's like children run to the toilet and they will pee all over the way, isn't it? Like that, you are dropping the bomb in Nagasaki and you went there over Nagasaki and the pilot didn't know which is Nagasaki, which is something, because of the clouds. So he went and wherever, like we take kitchen waste and throw in neighbor's house. Like that, they have thrown that bomb into Nagasaki. Otherwise, it was a place called Kokuro where they have to drop it. So, with that casual attitude, it is very evident these bombs were not used to fight a war, but using the war going on as a situation to test it. Are you able to get something so far? Yes. It is in this light I want you to understand what I am going to talk. I am very particular about this. Whatever I am talking to you or just spoken with you, I have been talking even as a child. At the age of 6, I have met Nehru. My father took me, lifted me on his neck and showed me that is Chacha Nehru. And I am a Keralite, I don't know what is Chacha. Sort of, I am a small kid. I was, frankly speaking, not impressed with that fellow. Something was wrong with him. And what was wrong, I know today. What was right, I know today because I was right. This is not something which I have been talking to you, but I want you to know about me a little bit. That's why I just opened in this manner. Now, IDEX is okay. I think you're going to have a talk about it. ADITI, well, that is funding. I'm not going to talk about that also because we have enough people. I'm not into it as an expert, but I will just give my own comments on that, which you can, it's an input, that's all that I'm trying to say. And DISC and things like that, so fine, I was in the technology business incubator, I ran it in my style through DST and all. And Ratan Tata agreed to help me out, but then by the time I left. So there are many ways of running incubators. But let us see this one. So here, I would like to tell you, now please, this is the part 2, Kill Bill part 2. Forget about what I have told so far. Just forget it. Because whatever I have told so far, I invoke non-attributability clause. Because if you say, Palladi said it, I will refuse. I will deny it. We got independence and all, fine, king. And POK, okay, take it, but I will take it back. I have a different kind of viewpoints. This is what I do in my writings. So Government of India expects defense manufacturing to take a big leap by 2030. 2030, there lies the opportunity for new investors and startups in defense production. We have an opportunity. It is also the destination year 2030 for Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 2015-2030, which people have forgotten. But India has not forgotten. In spite of the COVID, we are moving forward. That is why Niti Aayog replaced 5-year plans. Not because Modi came. Modi came in 2014, this started in 2015, and we needed a different kind of classification of Niti Aayog of supervision. Supervision, so they made Niti Aayog. It's working very well. 17 goals and 169 targets this would have given US $12 trillion business opportunity for all over the world. I don't know how people would have used it. I've written a book on sustainable development goals for a course in Nagpur, some university, but that wasn't published because of COVID. COVID is something which is very different. It's not something which accidentally happened. It has to come. Bhagavad Gita says, when things go wrong, God will take our things. Well, you don't have to believe that also. Which is being monitored by Niti Aayog for India under federal collectivism. Federal collectivism is a beautiful terminology which is used by Government of India, the present Government of India, which says central and state work together. And he has been able to do it, but unfortunately, too many people are getting too much scared of election, so things go wrong. But that we don't have to bother. Now, in all respects, India is poised for amazing growth coupled with its Make in India program that could benefit many among the young. India is poised for amazing growth is a reality. It is not a hypothesis. That is the problem. That will have enough people trying to break it. The threat attraction under chaos theory is increasing for India very, very rapidly. A girl walks through Gurgaon Road, at 12 o'clock in the night, will be a threat attractor. She becomes a target. Some ruffians will come. And if she is wearing 300 sovereigns of gold ornaments, her threat attraction increases. These are all terminologies which is used in chaos theory. That is what is happening with India. India is one of the biggest threat attractor in the world. Everyone is jealous of this country. Everyone. And more within India. This is the business environment you are in. I have written a book on business environment in which I have brought out a new theory. This is for the MBAs. That theory talks about intermediary environment, not internal and external. Intermediary environment is where the business, I am not a business person, but I am only an academician who tries to give ideas to people. So, intermediary business environment, when I look at in India, this is the best place, best time for developing business and making money out of it. So that could benefit many among the young, today's young. So we have the situation ready. You can sow the seed. Anything else? Here, I want you to understand what I mean by national security as a term which everybody uses all over the world. National security, sometimes we will say neti neti via negativa, means not that. That is also an answer. So I will say national security is not military security, not physical security of a nation. It was at least 500 years back. But since 1789 in America, where a few undergraduate students identified the theory of national security will also contain economics in it, economic security, it became a different part. And that's how the Americans governed their country since independence. There it is. And the result is clear. You can never catch up with America. Why? The gap is so much. But you can continue, and maybe after some time. But will you have the patience? Or America should collapse. Will America collapse? Yes. That is what I will tell you on defense. That is why I put on this label of a fighter aircraft. We will come to it. So national security is what the target towards which a government should govern for maximizing the well-being of the people of that country. So my governance should be by GBNS, governance by national security. And what is my objective? Not family. Not self-interest, not religion, not anything except the well-being of an average citizen. And well-being, I mentioned what it is. Well-being is something which you will feel if you have it. And that is to be given by the government. And there are two types, apparent and perceived. We will not bother too much about that. So if I want to compare a nation with another nation, I have to calculate National Security Index, NSI. That means we need metrics for like GDP USS. But even without that, I can tell you which country is better than which country at any given time. If you give me some time and I can check so and so country, what is that government's priority? Take a particular country which is for whom the religion is the most important. So they are governing to spread the religion. That is the priority. In that process, people may get some well-being. For another country, the family, dynasty. Only for them. That is the priority. In that process, other members will get something out of it. For another government, it will be the party. Ultimately, you will find almost all the countries, the governments are governing for a vested interest of one kind or the other, but not human well-being. And if my country is slightly better and we have the human well-being as one of the methods, Sabke Saath, Sabka Vikas, or Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, whatever we call it, that is well-being. If I am leaning towards that, and the other country is based on a particular faith, maximize that faith, then naturally I am better as a human being. But scientifically we can examine it. If we can identify NSI, National Security Index, other than GDP, Remember one more thing, when I talk about GDP, I don't believe in Samuelson's economics. I don't believe in any of the financial theories. I have my own theory of economic security, wherein I look at the richness of a country based on the principles of hydraulics. Hydraulics, any engineers here? Hydraulics says the flow of water. All the theories of hydraulic engineering, I can bring it into money flow. V squared is equal to root 2 GH is the way water flows through the pipeline or something. From your hand to another hand, how fast money moves is the velocity of flow. And the moment it flows, are you getting dry? Or is it filled up immediately? That shows the money is flowing. There are 4 types of money: white, black, yellow, green. It's interesting. That's the way you have to look at money. If you have a purse, you have 2 500 rupee notes. Tell me which is the white one, which is the black one, which is the yellow one, which is the green. White is the money which you have after you have conveniently paid the tax. Black is the one where you have hidden it. You are using it. Now when you invest your black mixing with the white, it will become like jaundice in Bombay. Fresh water line, sewage line, both lines go together in Bombay. Sometimes it will mix. That is when jaundice comes in Bombay during monsoon. I had given this suggestion to somebody, just separate these things, so then it will cost quite a lot. So do you know in Bombay fresh water and sewage water goes very close, like batchmates. One bad, one good. And they mix in between. That is when the jaundice comes. So if you have white and black mixed with, and then an income comes out of it, a child, that is yellow. Then you have finance ministers who are printing counterfeit notes. Counterfeit notes, okay? This counterfeit notes, I name it green, because American dollar is green, and the currency which is maximum counterfeited is $100 note in US. So you will be handling one of the 4, and remember, the counterfeit notes today is much better than what our mint in Bombay prints. And there are finance ministers who make a business of them. So that is about money. This is about me to stop.
So next speaker is
Yeah. So I will stop here. I'll give place to IDITI speaker, and some other time I'll come and talk. We can have questions now.
last.
Last. Okay. So you can close and I will stop.
It takes you to the other world, especially for the youngsters. You must have a session with sir. I request the NIT people that if they can arrange a session with the youngsters, because
I believe we will not invite sir next time for a session, but for a seminar or a workshop.
Because-
This will not get over in 2 hours.
because what we see as a global war is not, it's something very, very different. What we see in the media, or what sometimes I do get some information, I get it fact checked by sir. Sir, is it correct or not? But yes, we definitely praise our Indian Navy, which has saved yesterday only INS Kolkata. They went and they released the ship which was taken over by the pirates. So these are the warriors, these are the heroes, and these are the people who have fought the war, who have seen the war. He has seen a ship going down in 1971, which he has not narrated right now. So he has got so many stories, and request to the institute like NIT and other institutes that please do call this type of heroes who are there in the war, who has faced the real challenges. And now we come to the challenges, and before that I request Darshan, who is the senior incubation manager with Ashine, to introduce Jatin, who is waiting there online, and he will give you the economic part which sir has described, how you can get the grant, free money to solve their problem. Darshan, please.
Hello. First of all, thank you very much, sir, for the insightful session. And now I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our second speaker, Mr. Jatin Arora, sir, who joined virtually for this session. He is working as a Deputy Program Director with IDEX, Ministry of Defence, Government of India. Over the past 5 years, he has been deeply involved in nurturing startup ecosystem, leveraging his insights to consult numerous startups and MSMEs across various domains. As a freelance business consultant and a coach, he has played a pivotal role in framing growth strategies for organizing encompassing product development, commercialization, go-to-market strategies, strategic alliance, and investor relations. His expertise promises to provide us with invaluable perspective on these crucial programs, offering a deeper understanding of their significance and potential impact. Without further ado, I would request Jatin sir to enlighten us with his profound insight into the ADITI scheme and these 11 challenges. Let us all extend a warm welcome to Jatin sir and eagerly await the knowledge he is about to impart. Jatin sir, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Firstly, I want to check, is my voice audible to everyone? Can somebody confirm?
Yes, sir.
Great. So, very good afternoon, everyone. I am Jatin Arora, Deputy Program Director from IDEX. I was listening the talk of Dr. Paleri, and I am actually amazed to hear words of wisdom. So, in my presentation, I will talk about IDEX, the initiatives of Ministry of Defence, and the other, how this scheme can benefit the startup ecosystem and innovators and MSMEs. So I hope everyone is energetic right now.
Yes.
I see some low energy. Can you shake hands with the next person sitting next to you? Please shake hands with the next person and say, चलो भारत की बात करते हैं. Let's say भारत की बात. Great. So I start with my presentation. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. So, Dr. Paleri was talking about independence. So, I would like to just bring one point. Since independence, the very first aim of India has been self-reliance and self-reliance in defense sector. So, because that is very, very crucial. So, with that context, with that perspective, Honorable Prime Minister launched a flagship scheme in 2018 with the name of IDEX, Innovations for Defense Excellence. So, Innovations for Defense Excellence, this scheme basically connects all the stakeholders working in the defense sector. Defense was always considered to be the niche domain in the Indian startup ecosystem, because for other industries you get lot of startups, you get lot of investors, but when we talk about defense, we have a very niche market, we have a very defined regulations to in this particular industry. So the objective was to infuse cutting edge technology in the armed forces, and for this a section in company DIO, Defense Innovation Organization, was formed, which is actually a platform which connects startups, innovators, armed forces, and the incubators, country's best incubators at one platform. So as of now, IDEX has been engaged with around 450 plus startups and MSMEs, and we aim to develop the prototype in around 12 to 24 months. So in defense, it was a big challenge for the startups to interact with the nodal agencies, to interact to develop a product which is of mill grade standards. So uh, and usually the lead time for development of defense equipments has been very high in the defense sector. So through IDEX, our aim is to develop mill grade products for the armed forces in a time span of 12 to 24 months. And in the short span of time, the procurement of around 32 items worth rupees 200 crore has already been cleared by the Ministry of Defence, and we have already inducted around 50 plus cutting edge technologies in the defence sector to be used by the Indian Armed Forces. So this is the broad IDEX framework. Just 1 second. So, okay. So this is the broad IDEX framework. So we get the problem statements in the first column. In the first box we see the services, DSA, ICT, DPSUs, BRO, MHA and others. So these are the nodal agencies working with IDEX, and these are the nodal agencies who give defined problem statements to IDEX. So in IDEX we help the startups by two methods, by the two routes we have. That is, one is Defense India Startup Challenge, where we get the defined problem statements from the nodal agencies, and these are some of the nodal agencies: Army, Navy, Air Force, DSA, Indian Coast Guard, DPSUs, etc. And then we have dedicated team of IDEX people, officers, and partner incubators who are helping the defense startups to build technologically viable products. So we I'm getting some voice.
जैसे अभी
I can see some, I can hear some voice now, better now. Am I audible?
Yes. No, not from our system, it is your people who are speaking. You just switch off your mic in another system. Just keep one mic open. चित्रांक आपण तो बोलू speak to him on that.
Check.
Now it's
Yeah, I hope the screen is visible now.
Yes.
Sorry for the lag. So this is the kind of support that IDITs provide to the startups, MSMEs and innovators. So we provide support, the grant support up to rupees 25 crore. Then hand-holding by the experts of DIO, Defense Innovation Organization. Access to equipment and labs by the nodal agency. So this is a very unique support which is being provided to the startups, MSMEs, because funding, definitely funding is a challenge when we develop critical defense technologies. But in addition to the economic part, the in-kind support is very much required for the startups, because the kind of access they get to the labs of Army, Navy and the DPSU, so that is something which is not possible through other route. Innovators usually don't have the access to the labs and the other facilities of DPSUs and armed forces. So in IDEX it is possible, and we ensure that the startups get the requisite support from the nodal agencies so that they can focus on the core development of the technology. So we provide support in testing and integration facilities also. Then we have a network of partner incubators. So partner incubators are at present the subject matter experts are being provided by the partner incubators, and the incubation centers of premier academic institutions are onboarded as partner incubator by the IDITs. Then when we, if there are any mentorship support is required for the startups to develop the economical viable solution, then the partner incubators connect the startups with the subject matter experts also. And finally, we showcase our defense startups to premium domestic as well as global outreach, global exhibitions, etc., like Defense Expo, Aero India, and others. So this is how the entire framework works. So we get problem statements from PSUs and services. We launch the problem statement in the form of Defense India Startup Challenge. So when we, as I said earlier, that when we have a defined problem statement, we call it test. And when we invite applications from the startups in the open domain, like open challenge, so there the startups, MSMEs propose the nodal agency that what kind of solution they are working and how their solution can be inducted in the armed forces. So the route for selection is same. The process for selection for MSME startups and the innovators is same in both Defense India Startup Challenge and Open Challenge. This Open Challenge route is very much beneficial for the professors, like some of the professors are sitting here also. So this particular route is very much beneficial for professors and researchers who are doing deep research in deep tech technologies, because it is not mandated for professors to first get the firm registered and then propose the solution. So the professors, if they are interested in any developing any solution for the armed forces, so they propose their solution in the open challenge, and if their solution is selected by the high power selection committee, then finally if they are declared as a winner, then they need to register their entity as startup or MSME. So it is when they have when we have confirmed that they are declared as a winner, only then they need to apply, they need to incorporate their company. So this is a very good route for the researchers, academicians and professors. And then we do outreach session as we are doing right now. Then we once we receive the data is scrutinized at multiple levels. Uh, and then finally, the last step is the HPSC, High Power Selection Committee, where the committee selects the nodal agency selects the winner. Then we finally announce the winners and sign the IDEX contracts with them. Then we connect. Obviously, we work in sync with all the stakeholders, so that the since from the start level itself the things are in place and the solutions that is being developed by the innovator is acceptable to the nodal agency. And then finally the integration and the procurement part. So this is the entire journey. Now, when we talk about the budget part, so in IDEX, this challenges we provide grant up to 1.5 crore, and in open challenge also the grant limit is up to 1.5 crore. Last year in during DEFCONNECT 2.0 we launched prime category of challenges where we were giving tranche up to rupees, the grant in it up to 10 crore rupees. And recently the government of India has launched a new scheme ADITI with quantum up to rupees 25 crore. So since the government is giving the grant, so the startups, MSMEs, or we can say the IDEX winners, so they have to bring the matching contribution also up to 50% of the total PDB, project development budget. So this is to ensure that the startups have skin in the game, and only serious startups are participating in the IDEX challenges. And if their proposal is accepted, they can develop that technological solutions. So when we talk about the matching contribution, so there are multiple components of it. Cash, in kind, and past. Cash is how much cash they bring for the development. In kind is if they have some existing support system, and past expenditure if they have been declared as a winner, and from the winner declare stage till the contract signing stage, if they have made some developments, so that may be considered as a past expenditure. So that is that amount etc. will be approved by the competent authority. Then as I said, defense application time, this prime, ADITI, and open challenge. Applications are invited from innovators, startups, and MSMEs. So these are the startups and MSMEs are the direct beneficiaries of the IDEX grant, and ultimately we are working to achieve Atmanirbharta in Bharat. So these are some of the numbers. At present, we have 28 partner incubators. We have 1200 plus applications we have received in open challenge. We have received 450. We have launched 450 plus challenges. 9,000 plus applications we have received so far, and 450 plus startups has been shortlisted. 24 nodal agencies are there, and 400 plus winners have been announced so far in IDEX. So this is just a glimpse. These are some of the tech domains that some of the IDEX startups are working: AI, ML, system engineering, radar technology, maritime, virtual reality, avionics, electro-optical, robotics, imaginary, geo AI, UAVs, imaging sensor, etc. So this is a unique opportunity for the IDEX startups to showcase their products in the leading expo, domestic as well as globally. Defense, Def Expo, and this Aero India and DEFCONNECT. So there are multiple occasions where startups showcase their technologies to the service chiefs, service representatives, and the ministers and the other foreign delegations also. In addition to these showcases, IDEX winners are given the opportunity where they showcase their technology to the foreign delegation. Recently we launched joint challenges with the US DoD also by the name of Indus, and we launched some challenges for the Fauji's also who are currently serving, and they have some unique solution because they are working at a grassroots level. So if they feel that they have a solution which can be developed, so for them we have IDEX for Fauji initiative. So for the award, IDEX has been awarded the Prime Minister's Award for the innovations in the excellence in public administration. So IDEX was awarded this Prime Minister's Award. So this is the glimpse of how one can apply once the startups visit the IDEX website. So there they can see some banners, ADITI and Disk 11. So once you go to the ADITI challenges, then all the list will come. 17 challenges have been launched in the inaugural, the first edition of the ADITI challenges, and in Disk 11, 22 problem statements have been launched. So if you can play the video of Disk 11, I request the team if you can play the video, or I can try to play the. Just 1 second, we are playing the Disk 11 video.
In the realm of defense innovation, the past 6 years have been transformative, accelerating innovations, defense excellence. IDEX has engaged with over 400 innovators to develop cutting-edge defense technologies, fostering collaborations amongst innovators, academia, incubators, and the Indian Armed Forces. IDEX has sculpted a landscape where innovations flourish and industries thrive, preparing Atmanirbharta in defense through risk, urban challenge, and pride. These innovations are now surpassing geographical outlines to make a significant impact globally. Augmenting this momentum, IDEX launches ADITI, with enhanced support of up to 25 floor IDR to innovate critical and strategic defense technologies. ADITI also emphasizes to create a technology watchdog to bridge the gap between the modern armed forces expectations and the capabilities of the defense innovation ecosystem. In the first edition of ADITI, 17 challenges are being launched. These challenges are received from Indian Army with 3 challenges, Indian Navy with 5 challenges, Indian Air Force with 5 challenges, and Defense Space Agency with 4 challenges. For more information, visit www.idex.gov.in.
Was the audio, the video audible to everyone? Okay, so can we play the next video?
In a world driven by innovation and technological advancements, the defense sector stands at the forefront of progress. IDEX, India's premier platform for fostering innovation in defense. After the resounding success of 10 groundbreaking editions of DISC, IDEX proudly announces the launch of DISC 11 with 22 challenges. These challenges are received from Indian Army with 4 challenges, Indian Navy with 5 challenges, Indian Air Force with 5 challenges, ABML with 7 challenges. And HSL with 1 challenge. For more information, visit www.idex.gov.in.
So these were the introductory videos for Disk 11 as well as for the ADITI scheme. And the next slides are basically the application form for Disk 11 and ADITI. So once the innovator go to the IDEX website, so it is clearly all the challenges are mentioned there, and the rest of the things can also be seen. Once you see the ADITI challenges, all the challenges will come. The applicants can need to upload their pitch deck, resume, solution, and finally they can submit the application. So as of now, the last date to apply for the ADITI challenges and Disk 11 challenges is 4th of April. And before that, startups, innovators can apply for it. And if someone is willing to apply in the open challenges, so that window is also open. Yes. So this is just a screenshot of the application form, open challenge, Disk 11 and ADITI. And for a query section for all the challenges has also been uploaded on our website. If there are some specific queries of innovators, so they can put their queries in this query form. So then we have launched a rolling internship for students also. So this is a paid internship for the students. The terms and conditions and the other guidelines are also mentioned. Interested students can apply for it. So yeah, this is it. So now we are open for questions. If there are any specific questions related to IDES and how it will work, so we can take some questions.
Thank you, Jatin.
Thank you.
We must clap from. IDEX is, as described, that IDEX is giving you Disk 11, precise certain challenges which are being offered, ADITI which are also being offered, but if you have certain new ideas, that also you can upload in the open challenge, I suppose. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. If there are any solutions which are not in the Defense India Startup Challenge or ADITI 11, and the startup wants to propose anything from their own, so the Open Challenge platform is for this purpose only.
So we can approach Indian defense as well as global defense through this platform easily, and hope so that Ashine is also going to be one of the partner incubator if selected, and it will be a benefit to South Gujarat and whole area to prosper in defense industry, which we are trying to develop a defense culture in this area. So thanks once again, Jatin. If you have any questions related to IDEX, please do ask. I think I have got one question: how to upload the idea? Is it in the form of PPT, PDF, or video? How to upload our idea?
Ma'am, in PDF and PPT both will work for it. And once you upload, there is one guideline document also which will give you a glimpse of it, how much the file size, etc. So all these details are already mentioned once you see the application form. So in form of PPT as well as in the PDF. So both should work.
Any question from the audience? Okay, if somebody has uploaded the idea and they are not declared winner, can they go into the open challenge?
Ma'am, open challenge is always open for the startup. So if the idea is not shortlisted through the defense disk route, then startups can definitely apply through the open challenge route.
और grant कितना मिलेगा? 100%?
Grant is up to 1.5 crore, ma'am. In the open challenge, the grant amount is up to 1.5 crore, and in case of disk challenges, it is from 1.5. 1.5 is also there, but and in case of ADITI, it is up to 25 crore.
If my project is of 3 crore, sorry, if my project is of 1.5 CR, will you fund 100%?
No ma'am, it will be 50%. If the total project development budget is 1.5 crore, then up to 50% will be sanctioned as the grant. If it is actually 50%, then 75 lakhs on a higher side. But yeah, it depends on the committee who will screen the proposal and approve it.
Anybody else wants to ask? It will still take some time for us to develop the whole culture, but definitely we propose that some ideas will definitely be uploaded from Southern Gujarat. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's okay to everyone. Thank you.
Any question for Dr. Paleri, sir?
To continue what he left with.
But that has to be with the permission of Shine.
We all can sit.
No, actually, I think it was a heavy dose.
It was brainstorming, sir.
So, what you told, I think I could come some other time. I wish you all the best. Especially, I would like to see a defense cluster.
Cluster.
We need that. And for me, Surat is also something which I am quite attached to. So I can remember so many things happening with my business friends. Many of them collapsed, whom I knew here. Collapsed in total. I feel sorry for them. Some people died. And I think there was something. It was not the traditional way of doing things. We have to do now modern ways. Whatever you are going to create, please create in such a way that you don't finish it off. You continue that. The continuum can be maintained for at least 2-3 generations. I don't know, but I sometimes feel very sorry when I see my students, my friends, and not only in India, other countries, who started businesses but they could not continue with that. One of my friends in Gurgaon Road itself, I let us sell off everything what he had. So I haven't met them now, but I know, I keep track of them. Big companies he had. Surat was something very big, but I don't know why can't you have an aircraft aviation sector here. Build those aircraft which Rajan was saying. You can do that. But IDEX, I will say, if he is not listening, should pay 100%.
I don't know whether he is there or not.
But why they should pay 100% is, that is where we go wrong, 50%. That's something, you have to have faith in the people who are innovators. Otherwise, have psychological methods of finding out, can I have faith in him? It's very easy, it's not difficult. I can look at a person and sit with him and say, can I believe him? How do I interrogate people when I arrest them? I know you have done it or not. You don't want to break his skull, and my officers will hit people. I don't like that. So you can find out from when I'm the customs office in the green gate in airport, people are free to go through. But how do I know that one fellow is having something with him? You can easily find out. So when you wanted 100 crores, what is the problem in giving 100 crores? I don't know. Because you can't have halfway through one puppet. I got only one puppet. I wanted 2. We do that, isn't it? Bus, itna. You don't give everything full. If your son is having ice cream, Dad, I want one more cone. If he asks, what will you say? No, that's enough. Why not give one more cone? He will vomit maximum, isn't it? Or if he doesn't want, he won't eat it. So funding. This is why I went to Ratan Tata and told him, I want chain TBA in NIT, you take on. He agreed. That's long back, 2009 or so. He agreed because I had helped him in something. And he is a man who understands it. So when he says IDEX will give you 50%, I think we should cut off this particular habit. If I am the minister, and if I know that he is sitting there who will decide and he is a 50% man, where I had to give 1.5 crores, I will make it 3 crores so that he can cut 50%. We have to do that after human beings. It's good for the country. If we want to create employment, we have to do that. This is one complaint I have with everyone who is giving grant, bank loans and all kinds of things. And I only hope corruption won't set in us. Bank managers get money out of the loan which is paying. So I hope that doesn't come. So this is where ministers and governments have to see. Okay, what else? Anything else you want to know? I'll come again and bore you further.
Thanks a lot. Sir, you please wait for a few more minutes. Officially, we are closing this particular event, and as a vote of thanks, because on behalf of Chamber, I am only present over here. So, this is a program jointly organized by Chamber of Commerce. So, we are thankful to the President and the whole body who has for the first time declared this committee. Might be somebody like Nirmala Sitharaman heading the Defence Committee as Prime Minister has declared a lady leading the Defence Committee. We are thankful to Ashine and SVNIT, the Director Dr. Harshit Dave and Darshan. Darshan has been running here. Yesterday also he was here. We are thankful to you all who have come and sitting here since so many hours, listening the speakers from the dais. We are thankful to Jatin on IDEX, who was initially, IDEX was not responding me. Then I wrote a mail to the senior person. Immediately Jatin was appointed. I'm thankful to the staff of SGCCI who was, despite their holiday, especially Dev and Chitran, they came here to check the facilities and all. Thank you, you guys. I'm thankful to our past president, Arvind Bhai Kapadia. Just one call, despite his time of 3 o'clock to have a sleep, because now he is enjoying those times. So, you must be amazed that I'm not thanking Dr. Paleri sir, because I don't want to thank him right now. Sir, हम आपको छोड़ेंगे नहीं जब तक आप वो दिलीप कुमार वाली स्टोरी, I'm thanking him, but दिलीप कुमार वाली स्टोरी हमें सभी को नहीं बताएंगे जो आपने हमें RRU में सुनाई थी. Sir, please narrate that story.
Really, you want to know that?
Yeah, we want to know that.
I don't know what all I spoke with her. Tree, the hiding on the tree and all. I mean, I used to encourage her because she used to have. She is an amazing lady. Let me tell you that. This is my assessment of her, and I hope she will continue like that. And I came here only because of that. Today, we are dealing with Colombo Security Conclave in RRU, my school. Colombo Security Conclave is with 6 countries. Out of this, one is Kati with us now. Just Kati. You didn't get the chocolate or something. He won't talk to you. Like boyfriends and girlfriends.
What is?
And that's a very crucial situation we are in. So we had this Colombo Security Conclave yesterday, which I was chairing, and today also they want me to chair it. There are people from other countries sitting there. She will know that kind of thing. But I came here because she called me. And they are quite upset, including Vice Chancellor. Sir, if you are not going to be there, what will happen? I said, as it is, one of the countries is not there. Don't worry, we'll have next year. And there are National Security Council people. Some more people are there. All of them are sitting there, but I did it yesterday full day. Chaired the sessions on various things, and today they must be having valedictory now. But just last week we had Polar seminar, wherein we had people from the University of Arctic and up to Argentina, Brazil, Chile, down below, closest to Antarctica. So we had a big seminar wherein I sold a small idea. I hope it works. That is, the poles mean not north or south, not the cryosphere completely. Cryosphere means the area which is covered by ice, but you must include the topmost portion in that rock where we live in. Earth is not round. Earth is like a piece of rock you'll find outside. That is the shape. And if it is filled with water, it looks round. You see the asteroids and things say that they are not round, but you fill it up with water, it will be round. Anyway, so Earth has got 3 poles if you talk about cryosphere, where the ice is. I'm just giving you additional information because I'm selling an idea. So I want Himalayas to be ours. So it is spreading. So in a 3-dimensional picture, the highest mountain is Everest. So those ice should be considered as same as polar ice. So we must have control over it. When I have control over it, when I stretch my hand standing on Himalayas, I will have North Pole, Arctic under tight control. Why should we leave it to the Europeans? So we will have 3 poles, and China has brought out an idea which says the deepest part of the ocean should be the 4th pole. So from the principles of the polar system, we have 4 poles. And if we can control these 4 poles sitting in the equator, on the equator, or the tropical climate, we Indians, we are very powerful people. Please understand this. Never underestimate ourselves. There is nobody more capable and powerful than us. Even our politicians are quite capable. You are all very, very capable people because I've taught people from 17 countries. I know it. But why don't we know it? So I want India to control everything. This is not now, from a school days. So if we can control Himalayas, we can control Arctic, we can control Antarctica. And then we must start getting into the deep sea where China has already reached. We have Samudrayan coming up, National Institute of Ocean Technology, which is parented by IIT Chennai. I've been working with them. They are going to send the first Samudrayan project up to 6,000 feet. And 6,000 feet is quite a deep space. 30 feet, you will have 1 atmospheric asteroid. The pressure goes up. So, you can imagine how much it will be. There was some vessel called Titanic which is imploded. 5 people went underneath and got imploded long back. So that is not an easy job. But China says they have reached. China has got a way of handling things by telling lies also. That's called bluff. The bluff game in strategy. But that's okay. I'm not bothered about it. But I was busy with that, and I'm busy with Sri Lankan, the Colombo Security Conclave with 5 countries. That is when she called me and I came over. And now she's asking me to talk about Dilip Kumar. What a change. From Polar to Pali Hills. But I'll tell you this, how I used to do things. I'm a naval officer, and when I was under, who are the students here?
Sitting on the...
Yeah, I was a naval officer, maybe 21, 22 or something. I was on board a ship in Bombay, and we are treated like slaves. In the ships, olden days there are slaves, isn't it? They have whip, and so under trainee officers like us were called slaves. Not openly. We are treated like that. Otherwise we won't work, that's what they feel. And we will not be allowed to sleep, we will have to crawl, we will have to cut, we will have to jump, we will have to do everything. But that was good, but now things have slightly changed. And Navy in Bombay will have what they call Navy Melas, like your expo or something. That is where they collect funds from various big people in Bombay, rich people. And they use that one for the welfare of the families. Something happens, they can take care. So there is this naval welfare funds. So these melas will give them some funds. And every ship, everybody will have to collect something from various people. But not us, we are trainee officers. So there was a lieutenant who who is one rank above me, but is a staff officer, not a trainee. He called me, come on, slave. That was about 1 o'clock or something. Hey, you slave, come here. He said, do you know Dilip Kumar? Dilip Kumar was an actor. Some of you will remember him. And I, by mistake, said yes. So he said, I will give you 1 hour. Go meet him and get some money from him for the Naval Welfare Fund. Now you don't ask another question. Just salute and say, I, sir. Then you do what you want to do. You at least go and tell your mama and get 5,000 rupees and go and tell him I met Dilip Kumar. That's okay. That is okay. But you don't have to go. I didn't know that. Actually, I should have gone to anybody and collect 5,000 rupees. They want only money, isn't it? And there are tickets, receipts, everything. And it has to be by check and all. So I didn't know what to do. By the time I said Jack Robinson, I found that he is gone. He is no more. He has given me the order. Now I have to get out. All of you go to Bombay in Colaba, you will find near Taj, not near Taj, this side of Taj, there is a Lion Gate. I don't know how many of you know, that is inside, is where the naval ships are berthed. So I came out of the ship onto the jetty, and then I was thinking I wanted a bike. First thing is a transport. So I went and met a friend of mine and I said, can I borrow your bike? I'm in uniform, okay, shorts those days and a shirt, and sub-lieutenant, supposed to be a very dignified officer, but they don't know that I'm treated like a slave in my ship. But out, when you go out, you have to go in style. So I got this motorcycle from my friend. Reluctantly he gave me, not reluctantly, he normally never gives anything. But he said, oh, you take it. I was surprised actually, why he told me to take it. When I'm coming down the gangway, he said, look, you can't kickstart it. You have to push it and jump on it. Now, I had to run with the bike, then release the clutch or something, and then it will start, then jump and get on it. That's how. Otherwise, if it stops, you can't start. So I went there, I found it is not possible, then I could make out which is the bike, very old fashioned, very totally dilapidated, which would have been sold to the scrapyard. I took it, push started. Olden day, Java or something. Java is the company where Mr. Sadhguru worked as a mechanic long back. So Java motorcycle I started, and I went to the Lion Gate, reached up to there, and I have to show the identity card to the security sentry. Bike stopped. In front of the security sentry, an officer trainee is going to push start a bike. Doesn't look good, isn't it? So I slowly took it out, pushed it out. Then the sentry said, sir, can I help you? I said, no. If you help me, you will know the trouble I am in. So slowly I went out and pushed it outside the Lion Gate near Regal Theatre. It started. Till there I was running with the motorcycle. Jumped on that again, and I knew fortunately Colaba is the extreme end. So you can't go anywhere except north. So I went up to the Malabar Marine Drive, drove the whole bike up to Marine Drive, turned, because I heard somewhere people like him, Dilip Kumar, lives in Pali Hill. But I don't know where is the Pali Hill. And Pali Hill I know is after Bandra, that I know. So the direction is that somewhere there is Dilip Kumar. I pushed this bike, started again, and I finally reached Pali Hill. By the time the bike stopped 5 times. And Bombay, nobody bothers even about your neighbor, so nobody was bothered much. The naval officer is pushing the, but that was a great experience. I reached Dilip Kumar's house, which I could make out because I asked the taxi drivers and all in between. I thought that is Dilip Kumar's house. and it was. And as if the motorcycle knew, it stopped at the gate. Now there are 2-3 sentries, they came running to me, opened the gate. I was in uniform, they were not bothered. Sir, you can go inside. I was, no, I said, no, I will park it outside. Okay. And I walked in, I said, Saab andar hai. That was early, I was learning Hindi also, Apunki language kind of a thing, you know, the Bombay language. They saluted me and said, sir, is there, and all kind of thing. I walked in, I couldn't find anybody inside the house, except 1 or 2 ladies who is working on something, I don't remember that. Big house, a staircase coming down. I sat down, somebody showed me this sofa and I sat down. Something like this. Then I found this man coming down. That was the time I remembered Ganga Jamna, a movie was there. I remember him coming to our school during Ganga Jamna released in my town. That's all, we have seen from a long distance. So I got up and saluted him. Great. I mean, after all, he is a senior fellow, senior person. And I said, sir, I am from so and so. Just 4 languages. One of the things we have to know, even if you go to IDEX, is cut down your script. Nothing more when you talk. Then only you'll get that. Don't add anything extra. My wife is also from there. Don't use that kind of dialogue. Business, according to me, you have to cut short your dialogue. So I went and asked him, this is the thing. He went back, climbed the stairs up, brought back a big check. I took the check. Then he said, please sit down, we'll have a cup of tea. I said, no sir, I have to get back to the ship. Because I don't want to, I was worried about my baby, that motorcycle. I reached out to the motorcycle and the sentry saluted me and I just kicked it in front of him to show him it. It started. Maybe the engine was hot. Wow. It started. So proudly I got onto that and drove all the way to Lion Gate. It never stopped. An interesting thing is that I'm sure the mind, your mind controls your machine. I'm sure about it. When you are driving, if your mind is clear, you will be fine. When your mind is upset, don't drive. I think that motorcycle knew me. I was so happy to come back with 15,000 rupees. And 15,000 rupees in 1969 is big money today. I think I would have got the maximum. I went and gave it to my officer, senior, saluted him and he looked at it and said, that would have been the highest contribution. 1969, 15,000, you watch the present worth of the money. And then he told me, is that all? I didn't say a word. Do crawling on the deck 10 times. I went and started doing crawling. Here it will get injured. But that's the way we train people. Don't get overly happy. Don't think you have done something very big. There's nothing. Don't get it into your head. Though I'm talking about it today, still I have not forgotten. Try to encourage my students telling these stories when they are elected. I understand the principle. Don't get it into your head. Nobel laureate, so what? That is the training we get. And I met this gentleman many years later. During the Sikh riot, I know what he had done. He was a Sardar. He always uses a word, SBW. I teach my students. Come what may, you just say SBW. So bloody what? You go to IDEX, ask for money, you don't get it. Return. So bloody what? I won't stop my project. My students follow you. You go for an interview, you are not selected. Don't walk as if cursing everybody. So bloody what? Get out. This I learned from that gentleman. And he got in the middle of the Sikh riot once in Delhi. He could see people killing people. He took a turn, went through some galleys, alleyways, shaved, got into a barber shop, cut it completely. Shaved off, cut his hair, and went through the same crowd. Met him in Calcutta when I was in charge of West Bengal. He was retired. I invited him and his wife, and he stayed with me for 2-3 days. Slave and master. And this is what she was telling. But this is how life is. So I want you people who are here, do business and come up in life in Surat, just because many of my friends couldn't do it here. They all lost. Thank you.
Really, thanks a lot, sir. That's the story which motivates all of us. Thank you very much. Tea and snacks are waiting for you. So please enjoy the same. And definitely, whosoever wants to join the defense committee, we can give the names to staff over here. Thank you very much.